One question I was asked recently is, do angels have names? And what do they mean? Well, yes, angels have names. They have names which denote sort of their character, their personality, and their sort of identity as a being. But they also have names which tell us what their function is, and often the two get confused. So if we look at Michael, Michael means who is like God. If we look at Gabriel, his name means God is my strength. And Raphael means God is my healer. Angels also have names that tell us what they do. So, one famous angel throughout the Old Testament and some places in the New Testament is the angel of the Lord. We know that's not really his name because names sort of don't have such grand titles. They normally are just a short word like Michael, Gabriel, Raphael. And so when it's like a title like that, it's often either an assignment that's given to the angel, it's a mission that the angel is sent on, and that's how the angel is recognized by its mission, by that title. So titles don't necessarily mean what the person is about. In Hebraic language and culture, a name tells us what the person is about. So the name would tell you, like Abraham, before Abraham was named Abraham, his name was Abram. And when God made a covenant with Abraham, his name became Abraham. And the same with Sarah. Before she was called Sarah, her name was Sarai. And then God made the covenant with Abraham, and Sarah became Sarah. So names have meanings, and those meanings are often united with the identity of the person or the being. So with Abraham, he had to call himself Abraham after God made the covenant with him because that was his way of saying, okay, Abraham, you're now in relationship with me as your God. So you need to call yourself by that relationship, and that is your identity. So it's not a title. A title, kind of like you can walk into somewhere and say, yes, I'm the king. It doesn't tell you anything about the personality, anything about the person. It's an authority, it's a recognition of the status and what that person is going to function as. So it is with angels. They have names, but also they can address themselves with their title. So you can have an angel of peace, an angel of trust, an angel of truth, an angel of protection, an angel of provision. All of these things tell us what the angel has been sent to do at that particular point in time. However, if an angel were to come and say, my name is Raphael, my name is Michelangelo, then we kind of say, okay, well, that's your identity, so what's the meaning behind that name? So angels really have names and functions, and they also have colors, and the colors are very interesting because they often have meanings behind the colors that correspond to spiritual meanings. So the color gold, for example, often is denoting a closeness to God, a holiness, and a purity, whereas the color red would denote sort of wisdom, and the color blue would be healing and revelation, and the color green would be ministering growth into something. There's different shades of colors as well that mean different things, and there's various streams of visions courses that you can go on to learn about the meaning of these colors. But angels will have different colors according to what they are ministering into you and into your life or into the situation. Angels also travel in groups. So you get archangels. Archangels look after legions of angels underneath them. And within those, you have groups of angels, and you have leaders and authorities, and you have ranks and positions, and they're all sent out underneath the name of the overarching angel. The name of that angel tells us the personality of the angel. However, it's the title and the function that tells us what mission and what reason the angels have been sent. So we may have Archangel Michael, he's got thousands of angels underneath him, and those angels may be sent. And if they are sent for war, or for guardianship, or protection, then usually they will manifest a color in the spirit according to that function and according to what they are sent to do. Once that has been done, they will change function, change color, change shape. Well, it's a perceived shape. And that's in a line with their new function and their new mission. It's sort of like you can see it as God gives them a missive or an instruction. They fulfill that instruction. They come back, get another one. They go and fulfill it, and it's they sort of form a a color and a shape and a form according to what they're sent for. So, how does this work? Well, Jesus tells us that spirit is kind of like wind, kind of like voice. And with the wind, or with a voice, it can change according to the intention that you want to convey. So if you're emotive, you have a certain tone of voice. If you're angry or stern, you have another tone of voice, and it kind of can convey what's going on inside. And so it is with spirit, is it can form into a sort of pattern, a sort of formation in the spirit realm, like a wind would, according to what the function of that spirit is at that moment in time. So some archangels will appear as really big, giant beings, and their legs will be as tall as skyscrapers, and who knows how tall they really are. And other times they will appear as maelstrom tornadoes that are spiraling around and around and around, and they've got different functions and different purposes according to their appearance. It sort of takes time to gauge and discern and practice understanding what each different formation means. Um, but so that's a little bit about angels and their names and functions and how they correlate with each other.